Hey, people of VC, it's Andy, a Cloudy Molder, in a somewhat different format to usual. Some records, a little bit boring, and I thought, why not come and do a live stream and see if anyone wants to join me, have a chat, or just sit there quietly and watch me dully clean records. Give watching. What I thought would be cool is if you want to hang out, I'll drop a link into the chat, and you can come on camera as well. We can have a bit of a chit chat and talk about what you've listened to this week or what you've been buying. Rather than at the supermarket or what have you. But anything goes, I guess. Could do a bit of a Q&A if you want as well. You can ask absolutely any question at all. I can't guarantee I'll answer every question, but yeah, why not? So yeah, so I've got a bunch of records I pulled out. So I went to a record store for the Gareth, for the first time this week in months, and they were really, really slim pickings. So I just kind of grabbed a couple of things, and I bought some things online as well. So I've got my spin. I've not used this for months, so I've got a bit of a stack. I'm also trying to go back and clean a lot of the records that I've had in my collection for donkey's years, even before I had this thing. So this is the I can't see the label here. It's full of solution, so I'm not going to over the chair. Yeah. Spin Clean Record Washer Mark II. I love this thing, but it's just a bit of a faff. Gets a little bit boring after a while. Let's see who we've got. Hey Gordon, Mr. Bizarro, glad you could join us. And Mr. Carrera, if I'm pronouncing that right, hello from California. Hello from Scotland. So the first one I got is I bought this one. I actually bought this one at Vinyl Villains it's a 12-inch single of Dogs to More, Satellite Kid. I found myself collecting Dogs to More 12-inch singles because they always do something a bit cool with them. And this is a picture disc, and it only comes with a 2 picture disc set, but it's one of these ones you get to buy more and more. So this is the one that came, and then there was a big yeah. So this side was just empty. So of course I had to come home and try and find the second disc. And I love Dogs to War. Okay, they're not metal, they're sort of bluesy hard rock. But yeah, so this would be me just sitting here at this desk and spinning records. Now, the whole spin clean thing is you're supposed to spin this round 3 times and chatting away to you guys. I've already forgotten already, so I'm either going to get incredibly clean records or not very clean ones at all. That surprises me, Gordon. Knowing all the really sort of heavy, dark shit that you like, I'm really surprised to see that Dogs to More would be up there. I actually discovered them back in the 80s. I went into this is when I lived in Cardiff as a teenager in Wales, and I went to my local record store, and they had the oh Christ, I can't remember the name of it now. What's that route they did? Anyway, they had the 7-inch single of it, and it was a signed copy, and I picked that up. That's all I had, and I had the In the Dynamite Jet Saloon on tape, and it's an absolutely fantastic album. So I've got my little dry rack to the side of me as well. Totally professional outfit, this. So yeah, so I had to pick up the second one. Oh yeah, I just started to invite people on. Yeah, if you want to come on and say hello. Click that second link. Fat fingered the first one. Hey, Darcy. Good to have you, mate. So, hope everyone's had a good week. This actually feels weird, so I'm not used to kind of talking as I'm doing this. Or just listen to music. I've got some music on in the background, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it at all. Because I don't want it too loud, because it's just going to annoy me. I'm not going to hear people if they want to come on. Yeah, so these pictures are quite cool. So the two of them form a cartoon story that you put in the sleeve and you can see it in detail. And then I'll show you the flip side of it in a minute. I'll just and if I'm causing anyone palpitations by the way I'm cleaning my records, don't worry about it. It's not causing me any palpitations at all. Hey Mike, how you doing? He's driving. Yes.
Hey. Hey, how are you?
How's life up at the lake? I'm good.
Good. I don't know about my internet is a little iffy, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go sit outside. Second, you were cutting in and out before. Just a second. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, okay, you're fine.
Awesome.
Wow, it's not snowing.
No, there's no snow here now. It's actually just cool and windy. What are you doing? Cleaning records?
Have you got any of these back? Yeah. Just thought I'd some Hello Rocks. I've never had any Hello Rocks in my collection before. I don't know why I'm starting now, but I saw it cheap. It's a best of Dead by Christmas.
Yeah, I haven't. You know what? I used to have some Hanoi Rocks on cassette back in the day, but I haven't for a long time.
So,
there, I'm just trying to get comfy here. I was just working outside all day. There we go. So is that spin clean worth the money?
I think so. It doesn't get. I mean, if your records are really, really filthy, you know, there's nothing beats like scrubbing it with your hands anyway. But for fingerprints and moderately dirty records, I think it does the job. Also makes you think that you're cleaning your records properly.
Yeah, like where I live, it's pretty dusty actually. But you know what? Even the new records, they need a good cleaning too, I think.
Yeah, I'm really terrible at cleaning new records. I get them, and I think I can't be bothered, and then I play them, and then I don't notice it so much. And I know that they've got sort of like oils and grease and things in the factory or what have you, but I went through a stage of doing it. I go through a stage of cleaning records really religiously, and then other times I go back to when I was a teenager and didn't clean them at all and was happy. Well, it was second-hand records. I'll always clean first because you don't know what's on them.
So you got a few people hanging out in the comments. I can't see the comments because I got my phone sideways. So hello everybody out there, whoever's there. Oh yeah.
You got that Scotty and beard?
It's coming.
Have you been watching the Anthrax 40th anniversary videos they've been releasing?
No, what? There's only one, isn't there, so far? For a fistful?
There must be 3.
Oh, is there? Okay, no,
There are 3 so far.
And how have they been? I haven't watched them.
They're pretty well done. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to shy from any of the bust ups that they've had. But I get a feeling that Scott Ian's not going to come out looking bad for it. Should we say, being probably head of production. It was kind of interesting to hear how the whole Danny Lilker got fired. Basically, Neil Urban fired Danny Lilker without the band knowing, and then they had to decide. Then they decided that they were just about to go on tour, and as much as they hated doing it, Neil Turbin was saying it's either me or him, and they thought, well, we can't do without a singer for the tour player. Mm-hmm. So they kind of went with it, went on the tour, and decided that none of them could get on with Neil Turbin anyway. He just wanted everything his own way, so they just ended up firing him. But they've got Neil Turbin being interviewed and Danny Lilker being interviewed, so it's really good.
So are they still on? Obviously, they're on good terms with Danny Lilker still, aren't they? Like they must be like those.
Yeah, well, they did the whole. Yeah, they were mates from school, and they did the whole SOD thing after, obviously. So they were probably they're all still cool. And they've also done a few live streams as well. So yeah, so if anyone else wants to jump on, that's the link. What else we've got on? We've got Gareth. He always joins.
Hey.
Hi, Bev.
Hi, Bev. Actually, I was just talking to Bev on Instagram.
Jeff, thanks for joining.
So I sent you that picture. This? I picked up that Onslaught, The Force. What an album. Holy crap. That is a good album.
Which one, sorry? Did you?
Onslaught, their second album. Which one? The Force. Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought you said. Yeah. That's a good one. I've got.
Oh man, that would be top tier thrash for 1986 for sure.
Yeah, that one.
Absolutely, yeah. What an album. Yeah. Totally blown away. I have no. Yeah, that was his first album too. Yeah. Totally blown away. I don't know why I didn't have that already.
The first album is a bit more of a punky, noisy album. I haven't got that one yet. I'd love to get it. Is it Power from Hell?
Power from Hell. Yeah, I don't have it either. I just ordered. What did I say? Search for Sanity or Search for Sanity? Insanity.
Exhibit B.
Yeah. And you said that one's a little more, a little tamer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not really thrash. It's sort of a bit more commercial, better produced. Look who's gone into Gamma Bomb, Rossi.
I know he was texting me today, and I was just happy to see him jump on a newer band. Yeah, they got some great albums. I think he started off with your favorite. What is it? Unstoppable Glory or Untouchable Glory? Sorry,
Untouchable Glory.
See, and I told him I like Speed Between the Lines. That's one of my favorites.
I'm still getting to know that one. I only picked that one up in the last couple of months or so, so I need to give it a little bit more attention. So next up on the cleaning rack, I've got bit of these guys. Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Unexpected Guest.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I need it.
Their second, awesome. Demon used to be, for the longest time, when my kids were really small, I used to have to get up and make them breakfast early. Well, much earlier than I wanted to get up. I would always either listen to Demon or Tiger Pantang. It was kind of my Sunday morning jam. So.
I was spinning some Hell Ripper today. I got my email from Diabolic Might Records for which album was that? No.
Hell Ripper.
What's the one? Yeah.
Hell Ripper.
What's the reissue? Which one was that? Yeah.
Oh, Black Art.
No, not Black Arts. Coagulating Darkness. Sorry, that's the one from Diabolic Might. Yeah. I can't believe they still have some in stock. I thought they'd be sold out pretty quick.
Do they?
Yeah, they still have some. I think about €18 plus your shipping, which is ridiculous, especially to here.
Yeah. I got a Matt over at Acquisition Network. You know, Matt Paradise.
Yep.
He dropped me a note earlier and just said, it's if you go on Bandcamp, there are a few copies left of Night Demons. First EP, issue it again, and he said, just let you know if it's there. And I looked at it, and the shipping was more than the EP, so it was like, I'm not going to do that.
Is that the one Bev just showed? The white cover?
White cover. Yeah. Sorry, Bev, I don't think I've seen that video yet.
Yeah, it's like a reissue of their first album or EP, right?
Yeah, first EP. I mean, I love Night Demon. So you guys are just to answer a. Yeah, so I was thinking of doing. Well, I was going to do a video and give my thoughts on it, but I probably won't get around to it because I pulled out the other Evil albums. Into the Grave, their first one. Infected, that's the second one. That was my intro to them. That's really good. And Five Serpent's Teeth, and then Skull.
Yeah, I don't have Skull. I think Skull was on your.
Fantastic. These three are just. These three are all. When I listen to them, I think this is what Metallica could have been had they stayed a thrash band. Enter the Grave is a little bit more Slayer Testament in there, and still getting used to it because they've changed the singer, and it's Old Drake instead of Matt Drake. The music's a little bit more not full on, not brutal, but brutal compared to what it was. And the singer's obviously his voice is different. So whenever a band changes singing, it's always difficult to tune out to it.
Yeah, I have I just don't have that one called Skull, but I've heard the only one song from the new album, and I was just like, I like Matt's vocals better for sure, but I still think I might give it a try though. I think it's going to be a popular pickup for 2021. I think.
I'm going to need to listen to it a little bit more. This is my original copy from Aiken. I bought this when it came out.
Oh wow, that's
my
awesome.
Small collection I had as a teenager. So and I don't think I've played it in about 30 years. So probably could do with a clean.
Yeah,
Hey, if anyone else out there, if anyone else out there wants to jump on, Darcy on here. Sorry, I mean when I'm chatting with Darcy here, I'm not necessarily looking at the comments. So let's just have a look at what people are saying. Good, Gareth. You need some reason to spend your paycheck.
Oh man, his wallet goes backwards every one of these live streams. I guarantee you.
But
That's
to be
what we're
fair,
here
I'm,
for.
I'm, I'm the same. I'm the same when I watch people's videos as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give it out. I can take it to.
You know, even when somebody's showing something that you might not be that interested in, but you want to almost convince yourself that you need that and you need that band. I'm the same way. And I can't just have one of their albums. It's like eating a bag of Doritos. Forget having one or two. I'm eating the whole fucking bag. But
Yeah, I'm trying to because I did that with Gamma Ray, and I ended up buying all the albums, like 15 or 16 of them, in such a short period of time. I struggled to know one album from the other.
yeah,
I just took them which songs are on which albums.
yeah, definitely.
And
I know
it doesn't help that they're all so consistent. Yeah.
Well, and it's like when you did that that Magnum spotlight. It feels really overwhelming for somebody that doesn't know the band, and maybe that would be the case for my latest video on U.D.O. Also, I mean, there's people in the comments that
Yeah,
didn't even realize that 16 studio albums. It's a lot.
it is. Yeah, I didn't even know he had that many. He kind of surprised me.
Yeah, and it's one of those bands that I've literally been around for every release, and you know I grew up with each release, so it's not one big ball of music for me to try to absorb. It's already absorbed one by one type of thing. But where's Mike?
I've not
Why
been this
aren't
very,
you on
very
here, Mike?
long time.
Oh, I don't have that. I have it on CD, but I don't have it on vinyl.
Again, this is what I've had this since. God, I haven't had it since it came out. I think it came out in '84, didn't it? I've had this since about '86 or '85. It came out.
Yeah,
And
85.
I had this in '86. Yeah, silver Megaforce label.
So, out of your original vinyl collection, what would you say you had left? Like, did you have 100, a couple hundred, 50?
Had between no, not that many. Between albums, 7-inch singles and 12-inch singles, I probably had about 100 in total. Maybe about 50 or 60 albums, and I've still got the lot. Just never used to get rid of stuff.
No, and I used to have,
which is kind of cool, but
mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to have quite a few originals too. I had Master of Puppets original, Ride the Lightning, years ago, and then life came along and kicked me in the ass and had to sell some things, and kids came along, and you needed money for this, that, and the other thing, and now you look back and wish you had all those still. I mean, I even had a picture disc of Wasp, Animal Fuck Like a Beast. I had that. I had a Creeping Death picture disc back in the day, long gone though. But Bev said, yeah, those U.D.O on vinyl are, especially the AFM record stuff. If you don't get them right away, you're out of luck, because they go fast. Animal House.
Yeah, I also agreed with your number one. That's one of the only ones I've got. So it has to be my number one.
You know what? Somebody said in the comments, I haven't replied to it yet, but he said, if that's their number one, that means they haven't made a better album since. But the way I look at the U.D.O catalog, it almost goes in chunks. 5 or 6 at number one, 5 or 6 at number two. It's just very consistent. And like I said on the video, you're not getting, you're not getting album of the year. You're just getting consistent metal, and you know what to expect from certain bands, right?
Yeah. Always got a mark
Like
in it.
like Gamma Bomb. I mean, there's not a world, a big difference between their past 4 releases, but they're all good.
I wouldn't say I was disappointed with Sea Savage. Maybe I was expecting more. It just didn't seem to have the same sort of upbeat kick that the previous couple have. It's still a good album, and again, I just need to give it a few more spins. Trouble is, I get so much stuff in these days. I need to kind of slow down and actually enjoy what I've got for a bit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Well, when I get to drive up here to drive out to the lake, it's about a 2.5 hour drive, and then 2.5 hour drive home. So I kind of plan those 5 hours of what I'm going to listen to, and generally I'll go with one band. Like maybe on my way home, I'm going to play some Gravedigger or something heavier that I've been getting into lately, like some Asphyx or Acefix. Really good stuff. But yeah, I kind of just go in little phases.
Is that more? Is that the death metal band?
Yeah, it's
the death metal.
Not your cup of tea, I don't think, but it's I've always said sometimes it's not what you think. It's if maybe the vocals aren't for you, the music is just heavy. Speed King.
Yeah, I don't mind the music. It's just when they open their mouths and start singing, it puts me off. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, well, people are sick. Oh no, they're not. Good looking guy like yourself, get on here.
I know. You're welcome to join, Mike. Come on, unless you've not got your dressing gown on, which is, you're worried that people will see you.
Just as long as you're dressed, yeah. Put some clothes on and let's go.
But any of you guys watching, if you wants to jump on, Thomas, fancy jumping on, having a chat? You're welcome. Otherwise, I'm just gonna. I can't. I've run out of rack space, so I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff away. Oh, I've got a couple of new albums in this week, actually, from EMP. You know this one, Darcy.
Oh yeah.
New Accuser.
Yeah, I really
finally got that one. Sold that for a good price. Golden Brown.
Nice.
I've not opened it yet. Only this morning. And I mentioned in I think my last collection update that I was going to get some more Manila Road, but this is it's a double album actually. I've heard a couple of tracks from this. It's not one of their older ones. It's from 2015. So looking forward to giving that one a spin. I do want to get some of the high roller reissues of the 80s stuff.
Yeah, I just there he is.
It's a double album actually. I heard a couple.
Oh, there he is.
It's not one of the older ones. It's from 2015.
Hello.
So looking forward to giving that one a spin. I do want to get some of the high roller reissues of the 80s stuff. I just said that.
Yeah, I just there he is.
Double album actually. I heard a couple.
Oh, there he is.
It's not one of the older ones. It's from 2015.
Hello.
Do you want to switch YouTube?
Right, well, I've got this StreamYard open, so I need to shut the internet, don't I? I've still got my work clothes on and the dress. But it's the taking part that counts, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you see this one earlier? You were on.
Oh.
I seen you showing that. You can't beat a bit of dogs. I was amazed to see that Gordon likes them.
I know that was the revelation of the stream for me.
Right.
I could have closed it down there and then.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't get any bigger news than that tonight. Oh, I'll tell you what though. I've been struggling with I bought this 2 CD best of Grave Digger. I was complaining to Darcy like it was his fault earlier. And
Well, you sent me that.
yeah. Oh, Lado, I tell you what, Lado sounds like Miss Piggy. He's all like, ah! You know, I can't get away with him. I just find the songs quite dull. I can't see the chat. What's happening here? Oh, yeah, I can now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Not for me.
Grave Digger.
I've only got 2 albums.
It's well,
Sorry,
this best of is like the best of the first 4 Grave Digger albums, and in fact, the first album is there in its entirety. I think, apart from Rolling Stones cover or something. But they're just they're not for me. I find them very weak. They're like his voice.
I thought when you sent me that pic earlier today that you were showing it and you were well into them now. I thought they clicked or something, but clearly not.
No, I got it because it was £3 still sealed, and I thought it's worth a go. And having listened to it in the car today, I just thought, no, Grave Digger aren't for me. I enjoyed reading the booklet more with it. Are you in the caravan, Darcy?
Pardon?
Are you in the caravan there?
No.
Or whatever it is?
No, I'm just out. Yeah, I'm out at the lake. I'm just sitting in my sitting in the bedroom quietly in the corner by myself.
All right.
But try those other Grave Digger. That their '90s outfit is some of the best. I enjoy that more than the early stuff.
He is that ginger bastard coming to.
So what would you say? Who's that?
Yeah, Darcy sent me a bit of a top 3 to have a go at this week. But I've maybe I've maybe got enough on my plate with Gamma Bomb.
So how many Gamma Bomb albums have you gone for so far?
I've listened to 3. I've listened to Sea Savage, which, I mean, I know what you've just said, but I'm not hearing. I'm just getting a proper old school, light-hearted vibe, and it's almost like flicking through, I don't know, like a magazine of 80s sort of nostalgia for me. I actually think there's some things in there that, because there's like a song where they break into like the riff of Tetris for a while, and they make other references to stuff. And I thought to myself, I'll bet you there's lots of references in here that I don't even understand yet. And when I discover them, I'll like them even more. I think there's a lot more sort of depth to them than what you would think initially.
Yeah, I mean, as mentioned before, that even their even songs like, have you heard the one about William Dafoe or Willem Dafoe, about finally realizing how to pronounce his name after all these years? It's a good song. It's a funny song, but it's also a good song. It's not just, oh, that's the joke song, I'll skip that.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
it's
it's very, very witty lyrics. Like, even I actually thought the guy's name was William Dafoe for years, and that's why I'm laughing at the song. But I don't know. They're good. They're a good band. There's not too many bands like them out there right now that are doing that type of, that lyrical content with that type of thrash.
Well, I was talking to the bass player this afternoon because I thought rather than just go and spend some money buying them off eBay or whatever, Amazon, I wonder if I can get some direct from him and get them signed and stuff. But he said no. He says only live shows we have them. So we're playing Belfast and Dublin shortly, and thinking, well, that's no good to me. I don't know why you can't just bang some in an envelope, you know.
Well, you know what? The new album, Sea Savage, I was honestly surprised to see them on a new record label. I don't know whether they got dropped from AFM Records and got picked up by, what is it, Prosthetic? I actually don't even see that many releases come out on Prosthetic anymore. But, you know, I don't know if they got dropped or they only had a 3-album deal or.
Never, I don't know.
I haven't even heard their first 2 albums yet. I don't even know what their first 2 albums are like.
The first one's quite. I listened to that the other day, but I didn't listen to it all. But it's quite raw by comparison. But it's the same vibe. Production's a bit more raw.
I think Andy got them on vinyl. I think he does.
Yeah. Well, that's the first one. I love the cover of that one. That's
what is that?
Surviving the Fastest.
Oh, okay.
No, Surviving the Fastest is the first one. The 2 after that, was it Tales from the 2 that come after I don't have, and then I have Citizen Brain.
Okay.
The first one I got from them. This was actually the first new release I bought when I started getting vinyl again, because I was only going to do 80s originals. When I started picking up, I was like, I'm only going to get that. My collection is just going to be 80s originals. And then I picked up this one, and it's all gone to shit since then.
No, I always laugh at because you showed that on what is it, Unstoppable?
And that's the one you sent me, Darcy. So.
Yeah, but you showed that other one over a year and a half ago. You showed it a year and a half ago, and I just didn't get into it at the time. And it's funny how you go back 1 or 2 years later and then start getting into this stuff. Like, I mean, look at Mike. He's finally on the bus.
Yeah.
I'm a bus.
I really am as well. Like now that I've got over the drum production and just enjoy them for what I do, like, which is a lot. I don't even notice that the drums have stopped bugging me after the last few days. So,
see, they never bug. Like I said, I don't know enough about how music is put together to listen to something and think that particular element of it sounds like production on the drums. So I just listen to it. If I like what it all sounds like together, I'll just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But other than vocals, what I actually think, I don't.
When a drummer hits a drum or kicks the pedal and stuff, they won't do it exactly the same speed in exactly the same position on the drums all the time. It's just impossible. And so in order to make it easier for drummers, they put triggers on, which is a sample. So all you have to do is hit that snare. It doesn't matter where you hit it. It'll always just trigger that computerized sound. It sounds exactly the same all the time, and it just makes them sound too perfect. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's almost like playing to a click track. Like, I mean, it's too good. I like mistakes. I like actually I like what you said about live albums the other day about a fuck up on the stage or something like that. I love all that stuff when they include stuff like that. But yeah, they're all afraid to be too perfect, aren't they?
Yeah.
Didn't I say that to you about the new Flotsam and Jetsam single they've just released last week? I just realised that I completely contradicted myself because I heard that one and just thought it just sounds too. It doesn't sound like thrash to me because it's trying to be too perfect. in its sound. It's just everything's just too well rounded, and it's not. Thrash to me has to be edgy and tight, and you cut yourself on it. And I just don't think you're going to cut yourself on that bottom. But I knew you'd love it. That's why I was sent you that message, Dustin. I thought that Dustin's going to love it.
I'm kind of biased when it comes to those guys, but I mean, there's so many bands guilty of that you'd have nobody left to listen to if you cut them all loose.
That's right.
True.
It makes it a lot cheaper and easier for making albums. They can do them things. Probably they don't even have an amp with a. They won't try different pedals and stuff anymore. You can get this box that sits like you plug your guitar into it, and you can dial up these sounds from a whole library of them. I can't remember what it's called now, but it emulates different amps and speakers and pedals and all the rest of it. So, the recording, and they'll have a cable coming out of that, and that'll be going into a computer. They'll make MP3, well, not MP3 files, but WAV files, and then send them over the internet. So you're not getting any sort of ambient noise. There's no bleeding in like a guitar being bled into the drums and things like that. And like obviously too much of all that would spoil a recording. But our ears were used to some of that in the 80s. That's why 80s albums sound a world of difference to 2020 albums.
Oh yeah. Actually, if there's two albums from last year that I've mentioned for production wise. I don't know what you guys think of the new Sodom album, Genesis 19. The production is superb, old school sounding, and actually that album that Andy held up, the new Accuser, really good production on that. It's not really typical modern day Andy Sneap type production.
Yeah.
But that Sodom, I mean, that's a great album. That is very old school sounding.
The best song on that Sodom is the one that's done in German.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that I know what you're talking about. It's not my land anymore. It's that's what it means, anyways, or something. Yeah, that's a good track.
Oh, it's Liam. Sorry, just pulling up. That's just how awesome my eyesight's going.
The dark to clean, and inside, I put this in from Metal Hammer from it would have been whatever 1980 whatever, and it's in his own words. So Duke Erickson and David Wade talking about the dark from Metal Hammer.
What an album that is! That is a classic.
That's what I used to do with my Metal Hammers, Mike. You won't find any of mine on eBay.
I've just actually got a new one to do a video with. It's got Sabbath on the front of it from 1989 for a new Metal Hammer video. For the half a dozen people that watch those.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris, have you just watched episode 3 of Anthrax?
Right, I'm going to get back to my. So, anyways.
Hey.
Hey. You look an awful lot like Charlie Benante's friend and drum technician.
Awesome.
Well, that's funny.
Because of the stream. So good to see you, Chris. I mean, I've known you for years, but I've never actually spoken to you.
Well, here we go. I've got a few minutes to kill. Getting ready to go out to eat here in a few minutes, so I thought I'd jump on real quick and say hi to you guys.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. What's up?
Not much. Been busy today. Glad to be done with work and start the weekend. Going to a soccer game tomorrow, so got the full weekend planned. So. What did you ask, Mike? You asked something right before I jumped on.
No, I was saying, have you watched episode 3 of the Anthrax series yet?
Oh yeah, aren't those fun? Aren't those fun to watch?
Well, I'm not a fan of the debut album, but I've even really enjoyed. I mean, I've been glued to those 3 episodes. So, can you imagine what it's going to be like for spreading the disease and stuff?
I know it's going to be awesome. I just can't wait.
They're not. I mean, are they going through the whole discography like this?
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I would like to see that put out on DVD as well, but
yeah, they're going to be doing a lot of cool things. So stay tuned for sure. So that
I like that they're covering some of the grittier things, like you could the bit when they were talking about sort of Danny Lilker's sacking and Neil Turbin as well. You could tell there's still like a little bit of bitter. It didn't go down well, and they're not just trying to make it all like a wonderful ride all the way through the 40 years. So it's good to see that they've got everybody involved in it.
Yeah,
that's the good thing about it, isn't it? They're kind of giving you warts and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm really liking it.
Hey, Chris, did you see that those 7-inch singles that they're coming out with on their website for Anthrax? It's some kind of record store day thing.
Yeah, they're actually 3 inches because they're
3 inch. Sorry, yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're coming out with a little bitty turntable that way you can play them on. And
are you gonna grab that? Try to, anyways.
Yeah. I'm stupid. Of course, I'm gonna spend the money on that stupid crap. But yeah.
Oh, I'd love to get that. Those look
I've
awesome.
not even seen that for sale over here. I've seen it advertised on the Anthrax page.
It's not out yet, is it? Or did you pre-order? Is there four 3-inch singles or 3?
There's 3, and I think 1 comes with the turntable when you buy the turntable, because the turntable is like $100 for this little bitty fucking turntable. So that'll have to be a special like Father's Day present to myself or something that I'll have to justify spending that kind of money.
It's on Gareth. It's on Anthrax's YouTube channel.
YouTube or the Instagram.
Yeah, Nathan.
Well worth a watch.
Dan Spitz is in it. Yeah, mind he's not looking too well.
Yeah, the whole band's there. It's gonna be fun. They've been trying to do something like this forever, trying to get everybody together to put on a show and get everybody involved. So it should be interesting. I'm really curious to see what happens on that final 40th anniversary concert that they're going to do. They're going to live stream. So I don't know if they're going to do the whole remote thing where everybody's in their remote places to kind of.
Is that free to play? Do you know, or are they going to be charging tickets for it?
That I'm sure they're going to charge money for.
All right.
They've done
I figured they would.
Separate performances before. I mean, they've done one with. Did they do Gung Ho or something like that? I think they've done Gung Ho, like everyone on the screen, and Joey was in his garden or something.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's probably what they'll do for this too. I'm sure they've been working on it.
I mean, when you see the sort of skill level that they're at, just in the rooms, especially Charlie, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he's to me, he's still, even though he's part of the Big Four, whatever, he's still underrated as far as really what he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
Because getting to sit with him every night and especially seeing him with other drummers, like when I went on that cruise, that Motorhead cruise, and actually see him with Mike Portnoy, because Mike Portnoy, everybody, Dream Theater, he's the big, prog drummer.
Yeah. But he can obviously hold his own in that company.
Yeah, but Charlie, man, I mean, he can play any fucking song that you throw at him and play it perfect. And to me, that takes something special.
What did his covers album that he's just done?
Sorry.
Yeah, I've got that pre-ordered. I mean, it's all that stuff from YouTube. All those quarantine songs that they've done. It's just those on vinyl. So
there's some really unusual for metalheads. There's some really unusual choices of bands that he's covered, isn't there?
Well, like I said, if you know Charlie, I mean, his music library varies. You know, he's not just a metalhead. I mean, even back in the '90s and early, if you look at his T-shirts that he was wearing, I mean, he was wearing Sinead O'Connor, you know, Madonna, you know,
Mix, hasn't
Depeche Mode, and you know, The Cure and all that kind of stuff. He likes a lot of that kind of because he's a moody person anyway, so he likes all that kind of moody music to begin with. So,
Is that song that he did with Carla on there, the Kiss cover?
Yeah.
That was really good because I love that song anyways, you know.
Yeah. I was thinking the Massive Attack one. The Massive Attack one I know is on there where she does the vocals on it. And then he's doing they're doing all those Rush songs on a separate release that's going to be on the Black Friday record store day later in the year.
Okay.
So I've been trying to get out of him when's he releasing the stuff, all the SOD stuff that they did. You know, and the Fear song, more of the harder stuff. The Fear cover that they did is unbelievable. And then the Speak English or Die they did with Mike Patton is really cool. So I'm hoping they'll package all the harder stuff on another thing later. So they're probably still kind of waiting to see. You know, they got to, you know, with royalties and permission to give all that stuff away, they have to get permission for all that kind of crap. So I'm sure he's just waiting for Billy Milano to quit being a dick and allow that to happen. So,
did you ask him, Chris, if those reissues a few months ago were genuine?
Yeah, they're real.
Because they seem substandard though, don't they? And there isn't really any info. There's no like Anthrax.com and all that business on them.
Yeah, well,
I would expect to see more information. Do you think they've done it to help Johnny Z out?
No, I mean, people have been wanting those things pressed on vinyl for years, and they did as fast. And once they got the rights, because they've been trying to track down and get the masters for that stuff for years, and it's taken forever for them to actually get the masters. So that stuff from Elektra, those two albums are probably the ones that are the least to as far as quality. You know, the production value of those things. Mm-hmm. Those came from Elektra, you know, and they didn't want to spend, you know, a whole lot of effort on getting that stuff back from them. And I'm sure they will get a proper 40th anniversary at some point, you know. I think they just wanted to hurry up and get them out there, you know, get them to the public. And then because Charlie's been going, you know, I don't know if you know. I mean, I still think they're probably going to end up doing Among the Living again because that one never did come out on vinyl. Whenever they did the deluxe for it, they did this
anniversary one.
But yeah, they just
kind of they did
way out of my
way
out of my.
Say it again.
I'll say they did that comic book picture disc.
Yeah.
Hardback book, and it's just like way out of my league. There's no way. I mean, I'm sure it's very cool, but I would just want the record.
Yeah. So I'm sure that'll get a proper treatment again. Spreading the Disease will get a proper vinyl done again because they started with State of Euphoria, you know, as far as getting the vinyl, you know, with all the extra stuff. Of course, they did Persistence of Time. So now he's thinking about whether he's going to do Killer Bees or not, which I wish he would because that is that needs to be done again. I mean, I've got a stupid promo copy that I bought at a record show back in 1991 or whatever that was. So I know he's talking about doing that, and then you get into the Bush years. So they still got to tread lightly. I mean, there's still a lot of emotions with Joey, you know, and John Bush and that whole thing. So, you know. So they're trying to protect the band that they have because they don't want that to blow up again. Because I mean, you remember the disaster of all that whenever they did that reunion tour. I mean, it screwed everything up.
Thanks, Jeff.
You know, I mean, the whole band imploded on itself after that reunion tour. You know, they were without a singer, without a guitar player. You know, it was back to just Scott, Charlie, and Frankie again.
Yeah.
So they don't want to risk fucking that up again since everybody's good, everybody's smooth sailing, you know. So if you start introducing, you know, all this Bush versus Belladonna stuff again. You know, you don't want to damage what they've got. So just
So, do you think those 4 Anthrax reissues, you know, they're just no frills? I mean, I love Anthrax. Don't get me wrong, but I don't. Those reissues are not great compared to that latest reissue. A State of Euphoria is just awesome.
right.
So maybe to protect Joey, they thought, well, fuck it, we're just going to send these out, you know, basic, reissues just to get people, you know. But I mean, they're still going for big bucks. I can't believe it. They're going for 50 Canadian each.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. But I mean, State of Euphoria, I bought that. What is it? 40th of that. Wow, it is well put together.
Well, I mean, because Charlie said that he took the time, you know, and pulled out all the demos, and you know, I mean, it went through a proper treatment. You know, where he spent a lot of time.
Really expensive on vinyl over here now. It's like 80 quid.
Really?
That 30th anniversary vinyl version.
Yeah.
But
So
anybody that's been on Elektra Records and has had to deal with them, besides Metallica, who basically Metallica, hey Daniel,
Hey,
Metallica said we're not making another record until you sell us, till we can have the rights to our own music, which was a smart business move. But anybody else, it's hell on earth if you've ever had to deal with Elektra. Look at Flotsam and Jetsam, which those guys, you know, they probably make an okay living, but they're not rolling in cash. They could not get the rights back to No Place for Disgrace and had to re-record the bloody thing. I mean, come on. It's just the people in charge there just don't care about the fans or maybe metal in general. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel.
hey guys.
Hey,
I'm
Daniel.
having
So I'm gonna my cleaning aside because part of that was I was like kind of if no one turns up, at least I got something to
yeah.
do. And this is what's going
I'm
on.
like I'm also like jumping in a little while. I'm doing some Discogs updates here.
Have you
Like,
got all
everything's more
the
interesting.
top?
Having some bloodbath. Oof.
What is it?
Nightmares Made Flesh by Bloodbath.
Oh, I don't know that band,
So-
but it's got. Has it got him up in Paradise Lost on it?
Don't know actually. It doesn't have Mikael on vocals. That much I know.
So is that
So
that looks like it's kind of extreme black metal, is it?
Yeah, I got this also yesterday.
Oh,
Morbid Angel.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not an official release. It was a Russian bootleg. But I only paid like $5 for it. So
Yeah.
So what are we discussing? Anthrax?
We
Anything
were.
you want.
Yep. Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off now. I'm gonna go head out for dinner. So talk to you guys later.
Okay.
See you
Take care,
Good
Chris.
talk to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Yep. Well, I'll do this again when I have more time. Talk to you guys later.
See you later.
Mike, you still got that album?
I've
that
I've
you,
already-
huh? Oh, I was just gonna ask Mike if he still
No, go
has that Destroyer 666.
I've never owned any by them.
No, what's that band that Daniel showed? Oh, Daniel's gone now.
Bloodbath.
No, the other one that
Bloodbath,
you
is
got
it?
off his channel.
Go on.
Goat.
Oh,
Carry
you
my-
mean that chariot?
Yeah, yeah,
Six goats drag my chariot or whatever.
yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
even
haven't
listened to
got
it.
that because it's mega expensive here. But see, Gordon. But it's an awesome album. It's just like Hell Ripper, but I just haven't picked it up because it's a bit expensive. I haven't got that one yet, but I want it.
Okay, in your video the other day, that when you were playing your background music, that Hades,
Yeah.
is that black and thrash?
No, that's just out now black metal.
It wasn't bad.
That's actually a demo. It isn't even a. That was just a demo. But the Hammer Heart Records have pressed a CD of it because it's to pick a demo. It's probably £100 or something now.
Yeah,
And,
no, it actually wasn't bad.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. That it's just the 3 songs. It's only 15 minutes long. But yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah.
Daniel, how's your Motorhead collection coming? Getting there?
Oh, pretty good. I have actually I bought a ton of CDs as of late, and about 5 or 6 of them are Motorhead, I think. Don't know if I have anything here.
Are you ticking them off Darcy's top albums list as you're going along? Are you using that like as a checklist?
Well, I watched it, and yeah, sure. I think as I said in his comments, we all have like different, how should I say, introduction points into Motorhead and what we think are good. I mean,
no, what he means is my ranking sucks shit. That's what he meant.
no, it doesn't. No, but my experience with Motorhead is a little bit limited. I know the big albums, Ace of Spades, Bomber, but do not know much of the more obscure stuff. On Parole, for instance, was an album I got a couple of weeks ago and never heard of it. So that was pretty cool. But I'm working through my Motorhead collection right now. I think I don't know how many albums have they released. There's like 26 albums or something.
22 studio albums, but
22, yeah.
Probably 44 live albums.
All right.
I have
Depends, like, do you need 22 albums?
I've got about 4. I would say I still am a big Motorhead fan.
Yeah.
I saw them in 89
number for me.
in Cardiff. Mike?
Let's see. 1 second.
Mike, I don't know. Do you need 22 albums? Probably not. But if it's one of your favorite bands, like, I don't know, do you need every Iron Maiden release? Well, no. I do, but you don't.
Yes, you do.
You just need all their live stuff. That's all you need.
Stupid question.
I might even sell the last Iron Maiden live album. If I
wonder what they're going to be up to next. Those guys. I mean, they're bound to. Something's got to be coming out soon, I would say.
Well, Bruce Dickinson's doing something to do with the Study Abo thing.
What, Andy?
Did you ever see Motorhead live?
No, even when I met them in the Vancouver airport, I wasn't there for that reason. I was there for a different reason. But no, I've never seen them live.
I've seen them with Napalm Death, of all people.
Wow.
And both bands were quite intense. But Napalm Death had these horrible videos up in the background playing, and it was showing like slaughterhouses, and because the big animal rights people and stuff like that, and they were trying to sort of make you disgusted at the industry and that of eating meat and stuff like that, which I get. I do eat meat and all that, but I try to not think about how it gets, from farm to fork. And
you know what? I'm not very familiar with this new. No, they're not a new band, but Gojira. I think those guys they're into that whole,
Yeah.
And aren't they? Isn't that their thing there too?
Yeah, basically. They're like each of their album is like very focused on different environmental themes.
Yeah.
And I mean, the themes of them are like almost post-apocalyptic. We're gonna die if we are not doing something. Hey, Liam.
Come on, ladies.
I was gonna cut this off after an hour, but I'm having so much good fun. But I'm just gonna go and kick my kids into bed. So
Kick them into bed. Wow.
chat amongst yourselves. I mean, put them. Gently.
But have anyone listened to the new Gojira album that came out last week or a couple of weeks ago?
No, I've never. I think I heard the first single, but I'm just really haven't got into them. I don't know, just haven't got there yet. I'm not into many newer bands in that kind of category, but they're pretty popular, I hear. So
yeah, I mean, my only experience with Gojira, I have 2 of their albums from Sirius to Mars, and is it from Mars to Sirius, and what is it, Magma also have. And the first one is a great album. Really is.
They're a really good live band as well.
See, I was just going to say the exact opposite.
Oh.
I can't comment about their actual sound and the performance because it was just like it is on record when I seen them. But as for a band, as for entertainment, I just found them absolutely fucking diabolical. Just
Really?
done nothing, and then Volbeat come on and pissed all over them.
Oh no! See, early Volbeat maybe, but not the new Volbeat. I think they're wank. I can't listen to them anymore.
I don't tend to listen to them much anymore. But for live entertainment on a stage, watching something, a spectacle, there was no comparison. I mean,
Yeah, then again, Volbeat's quite sing-songy kind of band, isn't it? Whereas Gojira, you can kind of say is death metal almost, isn't it?
yeah.
But they're really, their first album essentially sounds like Morbid Angel to me. And then they've kind of gone on this kind of progressive kind of death metal route now. And they sound like their own band now, really.
What is their first album? Is that Les Enfants something?
Terra Incognita or something like that?
Yeah, right.
That's a death metal album to me.
what about this? All the rave on this new Cannibal Corpse album. I think it's even cracked the top 100, hasn't it?
I have it. I like it, but I mean, you compare it to the last 3, it pretty much sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
You know, if you compare it with the first 4 albums, they're very different. Like the first 4 are classics, you know.
Do you think, Liam, that right now, the way the world is, that even last year, I found like almost any new release, you know, especially even Testament, Titans of Creation, put that out in a normal year. Is it still at, you know, what I'm trying to say is we seem to really flock to some of these releases because we can't go to shows, you know, we can't do any of this stuff, and we're really growing attached to some of these albums that maybe on a normal year maybe wouldn't be as high regarded. I don't know. If I'm explaining myself even remotely.
I know what you mean. I mean, you think the new Cannibal Corpse album, there's so much more hype because the last time they were busy, their guitarist tried to blow up a house and stab a police officer.
Yeah.
So you've got that hype. And then you throw in Eric Rutan being on the album, who's a legendary guitar player, I guess, in the death metal scene. If you like Domination, like Daniel just showed, he's all over that album, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and he adds something different to the band. Well, he's supposed to add something different to the band. The only thing I could hear on it is the solos are his. But you know, I'd be interested to find out because on my copy of the LP, it doesn't tell you who wrote which song, so I don't know which tracks he actually wrote himself to compare them. But you know, it's a good album. But like you say, I think it's more to do with hype than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't actually listened to the new album, so I cannot speak anything about that.
No,
I've
I
never
think
listened to any
number
Cold
one on my
Thunder
radar right
album.
now is I'm really looking forward to the new Halloween. I really am. I want to hear the whole thing, and
Yeah, the artwork is just killer on that one.
Do you know
I
that's a
just want-
band I've never ever listened to?
I want to hear every vocal from Kai Hansen, and I mean even Mike's been getting into some Gamma Ray again here too, and I just love Kai Hansen. I just think he's fantastic.
Yeah, I do. If you're wanting to try Halloween, Liam, your best bet would be Walls of Jericho.
Really? I like the album cover for that one actually.
Yeah.
That would be the one to go for.
Speed metal.
I'll put it on Spotify right now.
My
There
Gamma
you
Ray.
go. What is that? Is that his collection of Halloween?
No, that's Gamma Ray. That's
Can't
Oh,
see it.
that's a big box.
Left, right,
Gamma Ray.
Liam, you've never heard Halloween Ride the Sky before? Oh wow.
Nope.
Okay.
It's just one of those bands. The band name does nothing for me.
See, Ride the Sky is like a top. That must be a top 10 metal song. Like, you know, like what else would be like Holy Wars, Megadeth, and something like that. You know, Ride the Sky is up there with that, isn't it?
When did it come out?
85.
1980.
84.
Well,
85.
85.
That's
Well, this was
way older than me.
my copy.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone raves about that band, and that is just one. It's like when people talk about Iron Maiden, I was like, I've got the greatest hits, and I've seen Iron Maiden, but Halloween is just one of those bands I've never ever checked out, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I have like Keeper
Oh,
of
that
Seven
EP.
Keys, and I have Walls of Jericho, and that one with just the rings in a circle. Cannot remember the album.
Actually, you'd be proud of me, Liam. I just picked up Ace Fix Death the Brutal Way. It's awesome. It is
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm sorry, we don't do death metal on this channel. I'll have
There's an angry old man saying something.
you'll be getting me a whole.
give them a warning, Andy.
You know what? I tried
How's that?
last night. I thought my other buddy, my childhood friend, he was picking up some old Warrant albums, and I tried to put on Cherry Pie for about 5 minutes. I had to knock it off. I just couldn't do it. I just can't get into that hair metal zone right now. What's that?
Yeah, your Liam, your new album or plans for recording with your new label?
Oh, that's we were arguing about that today. Funny enough, we got because 2 of our members of the band are really, really impatient to the point where they'll message our managers saying, "Where's this contract?" And it's just like you can't force people to send you a contract.
Is it on social media?
Well, I don't know at the moment. The guy said he'll send it, but because he's so busy, I assume it will happen in the next 2 weeks, maybe. I don't know. It's all new to me because normally how we've done it in the past, we message the label and they go, "Yeah, it's great." They'll send the contract there and then, especially the underground ones, because it's like blokes in their bedrooms that kind of distro CDs, whereas this one is a lot bigger. So I don't know.
A lot bigger.
Do you have a big
Was it
say in what happens then onto the label?
Sorry?
Are you in control of what happens in terms of what you record, what you want to put out?
Oh yeah, there's
What
nothing like
formats,
that.
or
So
is that the label?
how a label would work is you've got to look at it from a distribution point of view. So you're looking at how many they can put out for you, numbers wise, and where they're going to sell it. Everything else you have to do yourself. You have to pay for everything. There's very few bands I know in the underground scene that would get a label to give them the money up front to do it. Because unless you're an international artist or a touring artist, you're not making much money. So we
As you can
recorded
tell,
that album 2 years ago now.
I just buy the thing.
In someone's shed.
Have you got? Did you say you've got like a bit of a name appearing on it as well?
What do you mean?
Like a guest musician?
There is a guest musician that every one of you would know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Dan, our singer, kind of Facebook messaged him out of the blue saying, "Will you do it?" And he's like, "If you wing me 50 quid, I'll do it." And, all right. And I think he recorded it on his phone.
Seriously?
And then we put it in the studio, mastered it, and it's on the CD. But yeah, you'll know who it is when you hear his voice.
It's just good to have it's just good to have that name that you can say.
Well, that was the other thinking behind it, because we had like a list of people we wanted to do. Like I wanted to have the singer from My Dying Bride, but then the songs didn't fit what My Dying Bride sound like, so it wouldn't really work. And then there was Carl from Bolt Thrower, but he said he was busy doing Memorial, his latest album. And then we asked this other guy, and he said, "Yeah, sure, win me 50 quid, and I'll do it." And he did it within like 10 minutes. So
When's your album coming out?
I don't know yet, Darcy. It was by the looks of it, it'll be 2022 now.
Okay, we get a signed
Is there
copy.
any way we
Right?
can pick you
Well, maybe.
We can get it signed though.
If I get hundreds of copies and I can wing them all over the world, yeah.
Oh no, I mean, I'll definitely pick one up for sure.
It's funny because the label that we'll sign with, you'll probably find it the easiest to pick up. So it's that side of the world.
Yeah, I could now. I probably got a list of about 5 names I'm thinking of, but I don't want you. I know you can't say right now, anyways. And
It'd be really shit because I'll probably tell people, and then it doesn't happen. And I look like a right idiot.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you. So.
But no, at the moment, all fingers crossed, it'll come out, because apparently there's a delay in vinyl now. If you want to press a record, you have to wait 9 months to see that.
Hey, Liam, do you know why Memoriam, they went away from Nuclear Blast? What happened there?
So I actually spoke to the guitar player about that, and he told me the reason was they got brought out by an American company. So all the German guys just left. So that label they're on is former Nuclear Blast staff that started their own label.
Yeah, and they're distributed by Universal now too, which is a way bigger distributor than because what's the main label that they're on now?
Reaper Entertainment or something like that.
Yeah, Reaper used to be independent, I think, but now, anyways, in North America, they're just distributed through like UA, United, whatever it is, Universal Entertainment.
No, I don't like Reaper. I emailed them because when I showed the cover was all destroyed.
Yeah.
On my copy, they didn't even reply.
Oh wow.
And the distributor I bought it from, he's like, "Oh, I haven't got any copies left. I'll contact them." That was a month ago now, and I've heard nothing. So I can't just give it up on that. I thought, fuck him, I won't buy from him ever again. If you can't ship a record outside the inner sleeve, what's the point?
Yeah. I just ordered from. I just put in my first order from Hell's Headbangers for Hell Rippers EP, Black Arts and Alchemy, and pretty reasonable shipping. I haven't received it yet. It should be here in a week, but not bad shipping from it. It only comes from the States, I think, Illinois to Canada, so it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, there's a demo I wanted to buy today because it's Bandcamp Friday, isn't it? I don't know if it still is in Canada.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, there's a Canadian death metal band called that. You can read that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah.
But anyway, they've put out a new EP. This is really good, by the way. But they put out a new EP, but the tape alone to get it over to here was like 15 quid. And it's 3 tracks. I just can't justify that.
Is it still available?
No, it's sold out. I mean, when America woke up, it's sold out.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I could try and get it for you.
This was my Bandcamp Friday. I got this on cassette Seven Sisters debut album on cassette.
Oh, okay.
Just because, mainly because
Did
I
you buy
wanted a
much
good
then,
digital
Andy?
copy of it, which I can't. No, I just bought that. I bought Seven Sisters, that band. They just released most of their catalog on cassette, so I grabbed all those. They've set up a fan club on Facebook. So they were doing fan club exclusives. I feel like I'm about 10 joining a fan club, but it's cool. Feels excited again. Metal's excited if you can join a fan club. They get exclusive releases. So it's all good.
Andy, what was the band you had me check out last week off of Bandcamp? Night. They're called Night.
Oh, those are nice.
Night.
Oh,
Yeah, they're called Night. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Nice.
Kind of a 70s vibe, but
Yeah, they're a Swedish group.
yeah, I don't even have a lot of 70s stuff in my collection, but
that was their latest album.
yeah.
Oh, you've shown them before, haven't you? I checked them out actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, the sort of band that this one when I hear vocals at all, and it's the same vocalist, but you can tell how he's kind of. It's one of those ones where I can see people saying they don't like this band because the vocals spoil it, but when they click with me, I'm all over them.
Yeah, I mean,
so they've got 4 albums out so far.
Yeah, the vocals are a bit of an acquired taste, but when you get used to them, it's an excellent band.
On Amazon at the minute on CD for like £3, they've got the album from a few years ago of the Night Flight Orchestra. Have you heard them?
No.
They're quite an unusual sound. It's guys out of
Is that a super group?
yeah. Oh, what do they call that band that they're out of? I've got a signed album. I sent you an album of them, Darcy. Soil Work.
Oh yeah.
It's the guy from Soil Work. He's got this band called the Night Flight Orchestra, but they sound like an 80s pop band, but they're really catchy. It's only £3. I'm tempted to get it. I think Ben's shown it before. I think she's got the records. But for £3, it's worth it. It's worth a punt.
You've done a good selling job on it, not knowing what they're called.
£3 though.
£3 though, yeah.
That's what they're called, the Night Flight Orchestra.
I've heard of them, but I haven't heard. I don't remember their stuff. But £3, that's like what, $5 Canadian? That's not bad.
Yeah.
Wait till you get your pile of cassettes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, see, and if you would have asked me what's all in that box again, I would have said no. I'm not telling you. So I want it to be somewhat of a surprise. I know you already know what's in there, but maybe you'll forget a few. But there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, it's all good. The thing with cassettes, it's weird with glam metal cassettes because it's not the obscure bands with the like one-off albums here and there that fetch the big money like it is with vinyl. You know, when you're buying vinyl and it's like, you know, some obscure thing from 1985 and they didn't put out else out, and that's the one that's really expensive. With cassettes, it works the opposite, and it's all like the Motley Crues are all really expensive, and the Guns N' Roses is all expensive and stuff like that. It's like the established bands that are that fetch the highest money.
Is that because those albums are so well played all the time, over and over, that they just wore out, so people want those cassettes, and they're on just play to death?
Well, and Mike's he's getting a box of history there because at least 10 of those are my original ones that I bought on release day when they first came out. So I'm going to tell Julie, though, if something happens to you, those come back to me. Okay. I get first dibs if you fall off the roof or something. And
yeah.
I want to be in your will.
I'll be straight down the top. I bet.
So, Mike, I have to ask, with the glam metal, why do you have to have them on cassette format?
Just because I was trying to get them on CD and stuff like the second Dangerous Toys album or something. It was like 30, 40 quid on cassette.
Okay, yeah.
On CD, and then Mark sent me as VCLT. Well, he wouldn't send me a 40 quid CD, but he sent me the cassette. And there was a lot of CDs that were like around the 40, 50 quid mark, and I just thought, I'm never ever going to buy them, so I'm never going to own them. And I hate to have like the whole OCD thing. Just makes you think, oh, I can't have some on CD and some on cassette. That'll just be shit, you know. So I sold all my which I've got way more cassettes of glam metal than I ever had CDs. I only had about 60 CDs of glam metal albums, so I've quadrupled what I had. But yeah, it's just about cost. Mind you, when I used to sort of boast and say, oh, so far I've only got 2 that sound shit, and well, now I've probably got a dozen or more that sound shit. That really I could. They're just sitting there as a place.
Showpiece. Yeah.
That's not like you though, because
I got
that you think are shit. So why are they still there? What's
because they're not easy to get hold of, and what I have sat on them racks as well is a 64 gig memory stick with all those albums on in 320k MP3 format. So if something sounds a bit shitty on a cassette, I'll just play it through Bluetooth on the hi-fi, you know. So I do have all of them, and every time I get another cassette, I download the MP3 version of it in the best quality I can to put on that thing. So
well, maybe there's hope for you then. I don't know, because Mike's the type of guy that if the first album of a band is phenomenal, and the third album is phenomenal, but the second one is shit, he'll sell it, and he'll stick with number 1 and number 3. Whereas most of us would just put up with that in our collection, right? But
I have to have it all in order. I couldn't have just 1 or 3. Yeah, I couldn't do that.
No, I'm the same.
It depends. It would depend on the price of it. You know, like I wouldn't buy something that was expensive just to make the numbers up. But I'll make the numbers up if it's only a couple of quid.
I actually have a confession to make.
I do.
Mike's a complex character. You're all right with this one.
Dangerous Toys on vinyl. That's a tough one too. What's your confession? What?
Oh yeah. I have I'm kind of like into mostly thrash, death metal, even power metal and heavy metal, all kinds of stuff. But last week, this was the first time I ever have listened to this album.
Oh man.
I've completely missed the bus on this.
You upset everyone now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know what? I just watched a show recently where these 4 jackasses had a show about thrash metal, and that wasn't even in their top 4.
No.
Can you believe it?
I tried, Nancy. I tried.
Jeez.
I can also hold my hand up though. I've never actually listened to that album as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen the band live as well.
But I mean, I listened to it in the car the entire week. It's great. I don't understand why didn't I ever listen to it?
But is it great enough to get in the top 5 thrash debuts of all time?
Let's not go back. Let's refer people to video, and we can see why you didn't vote it in, Mike. Sabat.
That is
Sabat all the way. All the way.
Mind blown. That album is fucking legendary. I would take Sabat if they all had flew over Exit. And
But then what about Artilleries? What was it, For Inheritance, is it? One with the monkeys on the cover?
I haven't heard them.
I haven't heard that.
That's a classic,
That's
that
not a
one.
debut, though, is it? That wasn't a debut, though, so that wasn't.
No, that's the
that
second.
couldn't be
Oh, yeah, okay, that's the second one, isn't it? The
Oh, yeah.
debute's pretty good, though.
Are you doing the
Right.
you were doing like a follow up to the debut thrash album, like their second album? Anyone
Oh,
can contact them
who-
below.
who- yeah, glam
Knows
metal.
what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We try not to follow any particular script, and then we rely on Mark being available. So that's why it's a little bit sporadic on that channel, because we need Mark there. Mark's an integral part. So, but his shift
Yeah.
because he works for the hospital is all over the place. So we do those when we can.
Yeah,
But they're a lot of fun.
You were missed the other night.
I've got.
I know you were in the background.
I've actually got I've got to head off now, so I just want to say thanks for jumping on here. It's been a blast because I didn't have anything else to do on a Friday night, and thank you for jumping on and helping me out here.
Yeah.
And being a good chat.
Anytime.
And maybe we'll do one of these again sometime. Or if you guys do one of these, I'll look and jump on myself. Thanks a lot, fellas. Really appreciate it. I've got to go, unfortunately, but we can talk all night otherwise. But thanks, Darcy. Mike.
Always
See
nice
you
talking to
later,
you
good
guys.
night.
Have a good night,
Thank you.
guys.
Take care.
Yeah.
Death.
Night.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.